Hey sweet souls, it's the middle of November and autumn is finally catching up with us. After weeks and weeks of beautiful weather, we've had some pretty rough storms and rainy days. To be honest, I didn't mind at all, as it gave me the opportunity to catch up with some crafting and crochet projects. I've been really brave and signed up for a Christmas craft fair that will be held in Stoupa on the 10th of December. So I'm now in full-time crafting mode, so I will have enough stock to take with me on the day. It takes a little getting used to the differences in the cycle of the year and the seasonal shifts here in Greece. Whilst the UK is already in full autumn-winter mode, we've still been blessed with temperatures of around 25 degrees, and Christmas and winter have been far from my mind. But the recent storms have brought quite a shift in temperatures with them, especially in the mornings, and it's been really nice to just cozy up at home with a pile of wool, some paints and macrame on. The dogs have been happy to snooze longer in the mornings too, and it's been really nice to light some candles and say a prayer to start the day. I have always loved to craft, and whilst I've never been very good at knitting, crochet is absolutely my thing. My nan used to crochet the most beautiful things, and I taught myself to crochet about 10 years ago when I was going through a really difficult time in my life. It kept me sober and sane. Since then, crochet's been the best therapy ever. Just quietly sitting there, losing myself in the rhythm of the different stitches, and going up and down, or round and round a project, gives me a sense of immense peace and calm. My mind can wander wherever it wants, as I mull over the things that are heavy on my heart. I always feel my nan stepping close to me when I crochet. It is like a warm hug from the past, when life was seemingly free of burdens, and there was always a hot chocolate or some dropjes, a very Dutch sweetie, waiting for me when we came to visit. It's kind of sad that we only really appreciate the love of our grandparents when we're older, and they are a long lost memory. I do miss them both dearly, both my granddad and my grandma, but I know they're always around, and that is a very comforting feeling. I truly believe that if more people would craft, there would be less anger and distress in the world, and it'd be a much better place. rainy, stormy day. Got 2 days of this or 3 days of this, so thunderstorms. Very warm. I'm baking. We haven't got any decent rain gear yet because it's still all in the UK. And yeah, very hot, muggy, damp and humid. So, but yeah, basically everything gets swallowed up by the clouds here when it's weather like this. So yeah, it's just a very sticky affair. That's the sea somewhere out there. Yeah, and yeah, it hasn't really, it should be light and it's not light, so it's going to be one of those days. One of our biggest frustrations at the moment is that we're living in rented accommodation and we haven't got our own garden yet. We're absolutely chomping at the bit to get a veg plot going and start growing beautiful herbs and medicinal plants. So we decided to start small, and we got a few plugs of herbs and salad plants at the market in Kalamata. These are easy to grow in containers on our balcony, and it will give them a good start before we can move and transplant them into the garden of our new home. And I promise you, we will give you an update on the new house in the next vlog. As you can see, we're trying to be creative with the absolute mountain of water bottles we are gathering here. Water is a huge issue in Greece. Our tap water is undrinkable and so salty that it will kill plants. And so our weekly shop consists of lots of bottled water to drink, and then the water we get from the spring for our dogs and the plants. It is super frustrating because it creates so much plastic waste. We're currently trying to find a better solution to our drinking water problem, but finding an alternative that isn't cost prohibitive is proving pretty difficult. Morning, guys. We thought this morning we'd do something different for the dogs and give them a bit of a surprise, so we didn't go our usual walk, but we've taken them down to the beach, which is very rare because Pip goes stupid on the beach. As you can see, she goes stupid. So yeah, so we're gonna spend a bit of time on the beach. Oh, not too far. No, it's all right. Didn't take that long to get back in here, as it usually is. A couple of days ago actually, we had a message of a little doggy family in distress. Pregnant bitch gave birth somewhere near a house, and the lady kindly took her in, but she had to go back home to the States, and so Pups and Mum were on their own, and sadly wild boar and jackals got to them, and they lost one pup. So yeah, so now we've got them safe to keep them in a little compound like Bruno's. So we're back here, and they're going to go to a foster home in a couple of days. So yeah, have a look at these cuties. I think that's Kuta. I don't know their names yet. I know I'm holding Lisa, which is this one. There we go. They've literally just been moved, so they're probably still car sick, they're tired, they're not happy. Yeah. And then there's this sweetie as well. So yeah, cuties. Are you crying too? Are you crying too? I'm sorry. It's all a bit traumatic, isn't it? It's all a bit traumatic. There we go, puppets. Hey, baby. You are cute too, aren't you? Yeah, I know. You're a little cuddle monster, aren't you? This one is a real little cuddle cutie. She just wants to be close. They're all very cute. What's up, Lisa? Hey, Papa. You all snuggly? Are you all snuggly? The black and white and tan one is the chilled one. This is the little cuddly wuddly one. And the other one is she's a real independent little girl. She'll be great for someone who's got some cool hobby like, you know, cycling, walking, hiking. She'll be your buddy. One of the joys here is that you can cook really simple food and it still tastes absolutely amazing. This is a Greek spinach that I'm prepping here. It's a bit like a horta. I say spinach, but it's almost like a cross between spinach and sorrel. Horta are simple greens which are often foraged, quickly wilted in olive oil with some garlic, some lemon and salt and pepper. It is packed full of flavour and full of minerals and vitamins. A really healthy dish and so easy to prepare. Horta is a wonderful side dish and it goes really well with rice or potatoes. And make sure you have some fresh sourdough to mop up the juice at the end. It is delicious. I think this is what I so love about the Greek cuisine. Most of it is easy and quick to prepare and packed with simple but very pure and delicious flavours. You really don't need many condiments here. A little bit of good quality olive oil, sea salt, lemon and oregano will complete the dish. It's the ingredients themselves that are bursting with flavours, and you really don't need to add all that much at all to create a delicious meal. I am slowly getting over the grief of letting go of Bruno now, and I must tell you all that he's doing so well in his new home. He's beginning to come out of his shell and showing the Bruno that we saw the last week he spent with us here, and that tells me he's settling in just fine. You may remember seeing a little cat in one of our recent vlogs too. Some of you asked about her, little Zucchini. We have some really good news about her too, and I'm delighted to say that we found a forever home for her too. So let me show you. I'm on the way to Nomitsi with a little cat carrier because there's a couple of cats in Nomitsi. And some of them are very young, very tiny little kitten that's lost its mother and is kind of surviving, but the winter is coming. Winter is quite cold in Greece. A lot of people don't really realise that, you know, it gets bitter cold here for a couple of months. So we kind of asked around whether we could find a home for the tiny one because we didn't think it would make it. And we found a home, so I am now on the way to go and pick up the kitten with my friend, and then we're going to take her down to a village just down in the basin, as I call it, and she's going to live there with a lovely lady who's got 2 dogs, both of them rescues, and one is blind, and she just really wanted a cat. She always had cats, but sadly she lost all hers. So yeah, so we're doing that, and now I'm going to run the gauntlet because there's a couple of dogs here that are not very friendly, so I'm just going to try and get past them without getting bit, basically. This is always the hardest part because you can't make them understand that it's for their good. Hey, Zucchini. Zucchini. It's okay, baby. It's alright. There we go. But it's always one of those things. I'm delighted to say that Zucchini settled into our home within 5 minutes of us leaving. She was lying on the sofa as if she'd lived there forever within half an hour, and she's very much loved. It was great timing too, as a day after she was rehomed, the terrible storms came, and she just wouldn't have had a place to hide. She wouldn't have made it through the winter on her own, as she was orphaned at a very tender 4 weeks of age, and we just couldn't have dreamt of a better ending. And the best thing is, we can go and visit her anytime, as she's so close by. And what better way to end this vlog than with another happy end story and another kitten having found a home. Incredible colours again, just amazing. And if you've made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, we'd be so grateful for a like and subscribe, and please feel free to leave a comment too. With all our love, Simon and Bea.